Hello everyone, this is Ali Reza. I have to mention something. If in these two previous episodes it looked like I'm going forward too fast, I highly recommend that you guys go and watch Peter at Bergzerk Arcade YouTube channel. He explains exactly each and every one of those properties and why they are there. I'm going a bit forward and fast because you can watch those videos there, and that is explanatory enough. And when we go forward and use the editors, you will see some of these properties being used, and then you would say, oh yeah, that was the reason. So today we want a class that will be used as a static class, and it will keep some constant members and some static methods, and by having this I can call it everywhere in code. What should we name it? The name that I came to like was a resource, and that is public static, and I will make it a partial class. We will see what does this partial mean later on. And right now I will rename the file here. Resource constants. In this project, of all references to the code, no, I just need the name itself, okay? Else it would add it here. So why did I do that? Because when you have a partial class, you can have many classes that share the same partial class. Let's take a look. Many files, I mean. For example, I can have a resource database instance, and instead of this I will copy this guy, and don't forget the namespace on top. God damn it. Not there. There. I will copy everything here, select everything, and paste. And suddenly you see that this partial is not redundant anymore. Now what did I do? I have two files, but both of them have the same class name, and each one is adding stuff to the same class. This is the meaning of partial class, and it helps you organize things more and more. So for example, I can have another class, and I will call it resource methods, and again paste. And the last class is resource properties, and I will add it the same thing. But you know, I'm adding it inside item system name subnamespace. I was following my notes, but on a second thought, it's a good thing if we move it to the RPG namespace itself, because now every namespace that is sub namespace of RPG will see this guy. So even, for example, if I go inside my inventory system later, then I would be able to have the same resource partial class, and it will add onto the same class time and time again. Even if they are in different folder structure, they are still the same class. That's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing. Okay. So as the name suggests, I will have all the constants here. So let's start adding stuff. For example, public constant integer. All my constants are caps lock, and I will call it editor button size equals to 64. It means that now I can have things like a resource dot, and of course I need a method somewhere, not here. let's go inside something like item object to demonstrate it. On GUI, for example, I'm developing a button and I have a constant that everywhere I can call it, like resource dot button size. And it means 64 for me. And because it's a sub namespace of RPG and our resource is inside the main namespace, I don't need to add any using on top. That's a good thing. So I will add to this guy later on, or you know, let's add stuff. So public, not that. Caps lock off. Public constant string, and I will call it editor object picker command name. What does it mean? Every time you have one of these object pickers, for example, main camera, do we have something that I can pick an object? For example, this target texture, none. This is the object picker for you, okay? Whenever you click inside this object picker, there is an internal string that is sent as a command, and that is capital O object, capital S select, or object selector updated. Okay? This is the string that Unity sends in internally to tell its own system that, hey, you clicked inside that object editor. It's updated. Take a look. Whatever you want to do it now. Now, we will have some private constant strings, not publics. And those are quality, database, name, and let me pause the video. So quality database name, back to work, equals to @. @ means skip things like backspace there, okay? RPG item quality. Oh, who said caps lock? RPG item quality database. Shift on, Control C, Control V. Instead of quality, we have rarity. We have item database name. And why I'm using the lowers? Rarity. There we go. And then we will have category database name. Don't forget to change these guys here, because if you don't change, then you will be in a confusing world. Hey, why I don't get my stuff later on? So item category database. There we go. Now, time and time again, I will come back and address these folder structure. Okay, what's up? Yeah, those things. Time and time, I will come back and address those structures, and I want to be safe. So it's a good habit of saying public, woohoo! I said public constant string, and we say asset base path equals to @ assets / RPG. Now you may say, hey, why this is not redundant like the others? Because it's public. Okay. After that, we say scripts, come on, scripts path equals to asset base path plus slash item system slash scripts. So I'm saying that, hey, this is equals to assets, RPG, item system, scripts. Okay. After that, we will have what? Let me separate it, and we say scripts base class path, and that is, of course, our scripts path plus slash base. So scripts base. Okay. Then we have our database script path, and that is this guy, database, so scripts database. And so it's scripts plus database. Another one is database general path, and by database general I mean this database folder, not the one inside the scripts. So it's asset space path plus item system forward slash database. And don't forget, I'm not adding forward slash at the end of any of these paths, okay? After that, we will say category interface path. And the category interface path means that the interfaces that we will generate from within the code inside here. Okay, so we need a script base path, scripts path interface, and that is it. Okay. I should say interface path. It's better. Naming script interface path, and I will move it on here. There we go. Then we have two things related to a database that we will work later, and one is category folder name, and it is equals to item category. And if you remember, many times we have item category here, 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 and here, and here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places that I will generate stuff within the code dynamically. Okay? So the next one is category database path, and it's equals to we have the general database path, I think, that is asset base item system database. Yeah, so this guy plus @ forward slash, because we didn't have any slash here, not there, plus category database name. Okay, so the database category, not database name, sorry, category folder name. So I'm moving inside here. Assets, RPG, item system database, that is our generic general database folder. Then we go into that item category by slash item category. Okay, and we had this slash here, so we don't need that. Be careful about these stuff. And by that we have our constant strings. These paths will be used time and time again. These are the names of scriptable objects that we will generate later on, and that is why they are unique. To make it unique, I added RPG and then database at the end. Okay, so for example, if my inventory will add something, I will say and these have item. So if I have inventory, then it will be RPG inventory database and the name of things that I need there, if I need anything there. So that's one static class for you, and that was constants. Now, database interfaces, methods, and properties. These will come on later. When we start developing our databases, when we are starting to work with them, we will come back to these three classes and add stuff inside them. But as much as the project concerns, the constant strings and variables we need, not variables, fields that we need are done. In next episode, I will start on my base generic database and add more databases to that, and you'll see how it works. So until that episode, have fun everyone. Bye-bye.